Yeah, I'm sitting with YaSi, artist that we met up in Denver. Go ahead and introduce yourself, just kind of tell them who you are.
Okay, wait. What up? My name is YaSi. I'm a singer from Denver, Colorado. I make R&B / hip-hop fusion kind of music, and I've been kind of going solo the past 6 months, and it's been pretty fucking dope, because I get to be with people like you guys.
Respect. No. So kind of, your name is definitely unique. Kind of tell us, I guess, more about your origins. Just kind of like what are your roots? Like, where are you actually from? What are you really about?
Well, the name YaSi is a nickname that my mom gave me growing up. I'm Persian, so my family's from Iran. My parents came out here for like education and stuff. And yeah, that's kind of where the name comes from, because I feel like it's important to have something that's kind of a part of you, be a part of your music, but you still have like a way of being yourself away from the music. I think it's important to have that divide between the two.
No, of course. Your identity is is huge in this thing. Do you feel that you have a strong identity in the culture? Both in Denver, internationally. Are you confident in your identity?
I would say yes, I'm confident in my music, but as an identity, it's kind of like something that I feel like right now I'm just growing a lot as a person, so I can't really tell you for sure 100% like who I am, but I feel like every day I'm kind of getting closer and closer to finding like what I'm really about as a human, but also what I'm really about musically.
No, okay. And we obviously brought you on to kind of talk about your last EP. What was your vibe for that? What was your inspiration, for that?
Stranded Feelings happened because I went through a kind of really shitty breakup, as all things in music are kind of rooted from.
No, absolutely.
But I kind of made the EP because that was like the only way I felt better, I guess. Like, I was just like real bummed the whole time because like this person was like my best friend too. And I was just like, damn, like I didn't know shit could be this sour so like quick, like with somebody that you really cared about. And so I was just like, fuck it, music helps me feel better. And so it's like essentially my diary, but I tried to make it also universal to people because that's how music connects. You're honest, but like
Sure.
you're still not just like, this happened at this place at this time by this person. Like you can be kind of vague about it so everyone can vibe.
No, absolutely. I'll agree with that. I feel that we don't really grow unless we go through a little something.
Yeah,
just a
for
little
sure.
something. We kind of have to go through a little anguish, and I think that once you kind of go through those things, you find out a lot about yourself, a lot about who you want to be.
Totally,
and,
I would agree with that.
And who do you want to be in this in music? Who do you want to be even in the society?
I love this question. I would say as a musician, I just try and be as honest and vulnerable as possible. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard for me to release this project because I was very honest with how I felt about everything. But at the same time, I realized, reverting back to my first point, like music helped me get over it. And I felt like by releasing it, like it's allowed me to just be like, all right, that's, like that's out. Like, there we go. We can't like bitch and complain about it anymore.
No, absolutely. It's like pulling off a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
It's gonna be gross underneath. It's gonna be bad, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
That's funny. What is your next Band-Aid, so to speak? Do you have any other projects coming up, or do you have any other shows coming up you want to talk about?
I guess I'll start with the show. So I'm playing Queen City Fest.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so tight at City Hall, August 13th, but the festival goes August 12th to the 13th, and it's full of really talented, amazing artists like Sorrells, Julie FM, Povey, and we also have like super tight headliners like Michael Christmas.
Michael Christmas,
And,
okay,
yeah,
you know.
who is so tight. I love
Right.
him. And the Gaslamp Killer, who I read an interview, and he's like really dope. I really fuck with him.
No, respect. You know, I actually, honestly, yeah, I don't know who Gaslamp Killer is. I didn't see that. But, you know, no shade of me, of course, he obviously is shutting it down. Esta,
Yeah, he's
Masego,
dope
and
as
the
fuck, too.
Trap House Band, you know, we definitely excited for this one. Do you have anything kind of planned for your performance, or, you know, something kind of,
Well, I kind of want it to be a surprise.
a little surprise? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But for the most part, yeah, I'm just trying to elevate my sound for this performance because I think it's like a really dope stage and a dope opportunity to showcase to fans and to other national acts that like Denver has something that's really cool and really special, and that we can do that.
This has probably been Queen City Festival is, you know, I've gotten to know some of the people putting it on. Shout out to everybody. There's a lot of people that I've gotten to meet. You know, Alex, Adam,
Mo, Derek.
Mo, Derek. You know, there's a lot of people involved in this movement. Of course, the artists and those, you know, behind it. And it's not as easy as outsiders, people, you know, they think it is. You know, what has been kind of a struggle for you, say musically? You know, what has been something that we might not see that has been something, you know, that you really had to position yourself or think about?
Well, also shout out to Rue as well, who like helped put that whole thing, together. Like everybody there is super hardworking, and I like super respect them and what they're doing for us, because this kind of festival wouldn't be possible without like people who are like ready to think ahead and put people in positions that they can because they fuck with them and their music.
Right.
But sorry, what was the second question?
You know, just like how do you do you have anything that you have had to kind of struggle with, you know, to really define yourself?
Yeah,
especially
totally. I think identity is one of those things that you struggle with because you don't know how to present yourself to people, because there's always like that thing where you have friends who know you and know that you do music, and you have to like learn how to separate that, because I don't want people to associate me with my songs, you know what I mean? Like I don't want people to be like, oh, this girl writes music that's sad. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, no, that's my release. And so I think that's been something I've struggled with. But then at the end of the day, you're just like, you know what? I am part of my music, and if it helps people, that's really cool. And like that's what I want to do with music and have the opportunity to do, is to just help people out, because the world is tough and like music makes you feel better.
Yeah, music definitely you know, calms the soul, soothes the soul, as they say. You said, you know, the world is kind of crazy. You know, we don't have to get, I guess, too political or too deep, but what is your worldview? I mean, you know, being someone that has international roots like you do, and someone that, you know, I'm sure you're very passionate about some of the things that's been going on. You know, where are you at with things?
I advocate for human rights a lot, because I think it's ridiculous that like you live on a planet where people care about like your skin tone or like where you're from or your religion, or like I just don't get it. And I'm just like, everybody should be able to live life comfortably. It's 2016, like
Exactly.
yeah, I guess that's just without getting too into things, because I have a lot of views and I don't want to dog people for having their own views, but I really just think people forget that like we're all in this together as humans. We're all gonna fucking die, so we might as well like have an enjoyable time while we're all here together. Like It's not hard to be nice to people.
No, absolutely. And that's good. That's good. I mean, you know, this is Groove On. You know, we really try to work with you know, positive-minded artists, you know, forward thinkers, you know, just inspirational people, and you definitely fit the bill on that. You know, kind of just on that vibe. I'm actually gonna spin in this track from your man Doze, right?
I love Doze.
Free Love. Yeah, I heard this track. Milky threw it up. Milky Wave. Shout out Milky Wave. He threw it up, and yeah, I just fell in love with it right away. It's
yeah, that's so
super
cool
positive.
to hear. Yeah, I love that.
You know, so yeah, let's get into Free Love. This is Groove On. Yeah, I'm sitting with YaSi. Yeah, Let's get it, y'all. What were you saying about that last track?
Oh, okay, yes, let me take some time and shout out Doze. So Doze is my super talented homie. He raps, sings, produces all his shit, and mixes his shit too, like super multi-talented kid. And he has some songs in his vaults that he needs to let loose because he is honestly, that kid is so talented to me, and his songs are gonna really open up people's hearts and minds, I think. So I'm really excited for him to drop his shit. So shout out Doze.
No, absolutely. I came across that track. Shout out Milky Wave again. I had to shout him out. Yo, it's a true track. It's an honest track, and I think that's why I like it. It's hard to find true artists saying true things. I mean, I know that sounds kind of redundant or dorky, but how do you respond to the mainstream sound of today? How do you like the music of today? I mean, where do you go to for your vibe? Where do you go to for your sound? Just for everything.
I really listen to SoundCloud a lot. That's how I've found a lot of my music. But people like PND who get big off of SoundCloud and then go mainstream. I'm still gonna listen to him. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't even qualify him as mainstream. I think the internet has allowed us to have a vast taste in music. I mean, I don't really know I feel the same 10 songs get played on the radio, and you're just okay, I get it. These are what you want us to hear, but we have the power of the internet now, so I think people have no excuse about not finding new music. You just have to be patient and find some gems.
No, absolutely. You just got to dig around a little bit.
Yeah.
You're definitely a unique sound.
Thank you.
And I kind of want to touch back on the artistry of Stranded Feelings. Can you talk about the track listing? How you did the numbering? I mean, there's definitely something you definitely had a artistic mind about it. So can you explain how you kind of did that?
So it's nothing too thought provoking by any means, but I just made Before We, and I was just thinking about how people visually see things and how to kind of make it stand out a little bit. So I made Before We, and then I was going off this whole thing of stranded feelings and what it feels like to want to talk about something, not know how to feel. And then I was I really want to make this visually pleasing too. And so I just started writing, and I wrote 3 nights after Before We. And I noticed that the number was in the song, and it was repeated a lot. And I didn't want to call the song Waves because so many songs are named Waves.
So many songs are called Waves.
Yeah,
No,
and
yeah.
I'm I can't do that. So I was okay, 3 nights. And then I made I Can't Blame You, and I was this song, I have to put this on the project. It's just the most honest thing I can really say. And I changed the I to a 1. And then To Go just happened to be a class project that I had to write. And I was oh wait, I say to go a lot. And I was oh, 2, all right, cool, the puzzle's complete. And that's kind of how the track listing went.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. And with being such kind of a short and sweet EP, you definitely gave us, I think, a perfect glimpse of you. I mean, I know there's probably a few other songs that might have come up in the process.
Totally.
But it's definitely a beautiful piece of work. Do you have a favorite on that song, on the, on your track that
So I was telling you earlier,
Yeah.
I definitely have a favorite that changes. I used to think Before We was the tightest shit. I was yo, this is cold. I can't believe I wrote that. And because I was it has all the vibes I wanted to touch. But then I really liked 3 Nights because it was how I was feeling at the time. And then I really liked I Can't Blame You after I finished mixing the whole album.
Right.
And now the more I listen to it, I really like To Go. I just think the beat just hits really hard, and I like the melody. I don't know. That's so weird talking about your music like that. You're oh, I really
cool.
like my own song.
No, I mean, you kind of have to love it at least a little bit.
Yeah, right. Totally.
Do you have a favorite performance? Do you have a favorite memory, or just any? What has been the best part about this music process for you?
I think my favorite performance was probably at First Class Fest. It was like in May. It was in May. I don't know how I didn't remember that. Wow. Okay. But it was in May, and it was like the first like real show I had booked for myself, and I'm like really thankful for all the guys at Air Dubai, who like helped me get on that lineup, and for like believing in me to go on it. But it was my favorite because it was like the first time I was like, wow, like I can make people think I'm cool and like my music. And it was the first time I was just like, okay, I can do this. Like this is possible. This is like how I can live and make money if I really work hard at it. So yeah, that's probably my favorite show because it led to other dope shows too. It was like, I feel like it was like the
the catalyst.
Yeah, it kind of helped me like bounce into the summer.
You know, no, that's cool. That's cool. No, definitely. Yeah, kudos to your grind.
Thank you.
Yeah, just kudos to you again. Thank you so much for coming in and just chatting with us. Man, you know, we have so many questions. You know, so many things that we can probably talk about. You know, just first and foremost, of course, before I forget, do you have any people you want to shout out or any social tags you kind of want to just let, you know, where can we find you and all that stuff?
Oh, me?
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, all my stuff is at YaSi Muse. And YaSi is spelled YaSi, and then Muse if you don't know how to spell it. Like,
Sorry.
shit. But USE. But yeah, all my shit's there. Other people I want to shout out, like Sir Els, Jilly FM, Sixt. Let's see who else. I mean, everybody on the Queen City lineup, like they're all very.
Again, shout out Queen City.
Yeah, like those are people that have really like elevated my music sound and yeah. But they really helped me elevate my sound and want to be a better musician. Oh, and I would be an asshole if I didn't mention this one. At DJ58, that's my DJ. Go follow him. That is my best friend. Go follow his ass on social media.
No, okay. No, I got you. YaSi. You know, she's crazy. You know, she's a bit of a firecracker. You know, we got about like 10 minutes left in the session. You know, like I said, we could probably sit here all day. But we're about to kind of zone out. Before I, you know, kind of switch up the vibes and, you know, get out of here, I have to ask you, and I ask everybody this.
Word.
If you could have a superpower, you know, any superpower, you know, what would it be, and why?
Oh, this is gonna take the whole 10 minutes. Superpower. I think, no, that's not really a superpower. I probably would just want to fly. I know that's like corny, but like all the other powers are like make life easier, and I feel like flying would just be like a release. It could just be like, I'm sad, I'm gonna go fly to the sand dunes or some shit like that. That's my superpower.
No, I mean that's not lame at all. You know, it's you know, flying. Everybody, you know, I wish I could fly too. You know,
no plane ticket fees.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Lit.
Exactly. Yeah. So, okay. You know, she said she wishes she could fly. You know, I got you on that. Yeah, it's been a good session. You know, I'm acting goofy. It's your boy Stevie. You know, it's YaSi. Please go check her vibe. Again, she came all the way down from Denver. You know, to our little spring studio. So, you know, again, thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
You know, thank you. She got real up close and personal. You know, if y'all don't know about Groove On, we have one mic in the studio right now. Okay, so I just had to be real with that. We only have one mic, so we got to get real up close and personal up in here. But yeah, so I'm gonna mix in. Actually, I'm gonna jump to this To Go track, and yeah, and we're just gonna kind of vibe out. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yo, just keep grooving on. Blessings to you. Yeah, session 50, y'all. I'm geeked. Let's get it, y'all.